Film fans have known Heather Matarazzo for decades, thanks to everything from her breakout turn in indie sensation Welcome to The Dollhouse, 1995, to hit mainstream franchise fare like The Princess Diaries, 2001, and Hostel, Part 2, 2007. With her latest role, the Long Island, New York native is helping bring attention to early chapters in the fight for LGBTQ rights. She's part of the Ensemble for Equal, the gripping docuseries now streaming on HBO Max. The stories spotlighted in Equal stretch back decades, but they couldn't feel more timely. "We're still fighting in all ways," said Matarazzo. "Whether it's the Black Lives Matter movement, whether it's the LGBTQ movement, there are so many different intersections, but the core of all of them is, I have a right to exist and my humanity is worthy of consideration. I am worthy of my humanity. I am worthy of holding space. I am worthy of my space. I am worthy of my beingness. Make history, LGBTQ history saved by the Monmouth County Historical Association." Matarazzo co-stars in The Birth of a Movement, the first of 4 episodes of Equal. She and Shannon Purser, best known as Barb from the first season of Stranger Things, play Phyllis Lyon and Del Martin, co-founders of pioneering social and political lesbian organization the Daughters of Bilitis. Lyon and Martin founded the organization in San Francisco in 1955 and published The Ladder, the first nationally distributed lesbian publication in the country. They were the first same-sex couple to legally wed in 2008 and were together for 56 years until Martin's death that same year. Lyon died in April at the age of 95. It's exhausting. LGBTQ community fears relentless attacks, uncertain future under Trump in Equal. Matarazzo and Purser's performances are presented alongside footage of Lyon and Martin to vividly capture the pair's groundbreaking story. Hopefully Phyllis, wherever she is now, is at least hopefully tickled by it and that it brings her some kind of joy, said Matarazzo. National Coming Out Day, LGBTQ community members share stories of struggle and triumph. Matarazzo, who came out as a lesbian in 2004 and has been married to actress and comedian Heather Matarazzo since 2018, said she first became aware of Lyon and Martin's storying around 2006 or 2007, when we were all fighting for our right to be married under the just, equal rights of the law. Of course, then it's who are these two spry ladies that are showing up in San Francisco. While we are all largely physically isolated from one another these days thanks to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, Lyon and Martin experienced an isolation of a different sort decades ago. As detailed in Equal, they met in Seattle in 1949 before moving to San Francisco, where it took them 2 years to meet another lesbian couple. When Lyon and Martin founded the Daughters of Bilitis, they were unaware that a similar organization for gay men, the Mattachine Society, had been launched in Los Angeles in 1950. Another story told in Equal. As we've seen throughout history, a person asking the wrong person the wrong question could lead to one's untimely demise, so they definitely had stakes in the game, quote, unquote, that we don't have today, Matarazzo said. But again, we all are community-driven organisms. We thrive on community. We thrive on interactions with other beings. And while we definitely don't have that right now, at least we still have a way of communicating with each other which, again, was a lot more precarious back in the 40s and 50s and 60s and even 70s. Our voices matter. LGBTQ youth. Allies Unite for Online. Gilson Forum Equal spotlights the fight for LGBTQ equality post-World War II and leading up to the 1969 uprising at the Stonewall Inn in Manhattan, which has been widely credited with launching the modern gay rights movement. Why have pre-Stonewall stories such as Lyon and Martin's work with the Daughters of Bilitis or the Mattachine Society, whose members staged a radical sit-in at Julius Bar in Greenwich Village in 1966, been relegated to the sidelines of history for so long? We always focus on the roar, don't we? Said Matarazzo. We always focus on the great explosion as opposed to all of the quiet dynamite that was being laid previously to let that explosion happen. But the lack of headlines makes the work of the pioneers spotlighted in Equal no less important. There's many different ways, I think, that one gets to be an activist, Matarazzo said. And for some it is giving safe housing, for others it's writing newsletters, it's sit-ins. It's all of these different things. And, regarding Stonewall, we are a society that loves drama and there was violence and there was an explosion and, I feel like the foremothers and forefathers really helped to lay that groundwork.